My favourite horror films of 2000. Okay, folks, now I know I say this every week, I'm going to do something different, but this really is something different. It's a bit of an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. And not just whether or not you like it, whether or not I like it, because I've not done something like this before, and it's going to be different. What I'm going to do is look at IMDb and go through all the horror movies released in a particular year, and see which ones I like and see which ones I don't like and which ones I've never even heard of. And I'm going to start with the year 2000. Why? Because that's what came up on the random number generator. So we'll just see how this goes. Maybe it will be an utter disaster and I will never do it again. We'll see. I'm going by release date according to IMDb. First one, Deadfall. Never heard of it. Starring Patrick Lawler, Kirsten Lee, Audrey Lowe, Brady Fisher. I've never heard of any of them either. Okay, well, off to a great start. Devaduthon. I've never heard of that either. Or any of the actors. Looks like a foreign film. Never heard of it. Boogie Pop and Others. Never heard of it. Or any of the actors. Again, looks like a foreign film. The Asylum. Okay, 2000. I've never heard of it. It's got quite a decent cast. Patrick Moore. Is it British? Patrick Moore's in it. And Ingrid Pitt. Well, I can't comment on it because I've never heard of it, but that sounds interesting. I think I might just write that down and have a look. I don't know whether it's supposed to be good or not. Let's just have a look. 2-star according to... I might have a look at the trailer or something. Is it British? A crazed killer stalks people in an abandoned mental asylum. Okay. Might be worth a look, but as of this point, I've never heard of it. Carnivore. Never heard of it. Don't recognise any of the cast either. Looks like an American movie or something, but nope. Nope. Oh, shit. Helter Skelter. Never heard of this either. Sleepy Hollow High. Well, I've heard of Sleepy Hollow, but I don't think this is quite the one. Never heard of it. Don't recognise the actors. Oh God, was this a good idea? The Boneyard. Never heard of it. Never heard of the actors by the look of it. Drive-In. Never heard of it. Never heard of the actors. Paranoid. Sounds like a kind of generic slasher movie, but again, never heard of it. Never heard of anybody in it by the look of it. Nightmare in Shallow Point. Nope. Oliver Twisted. Nope. Karen Black's in it. I've heard of her, but that's about it. Stage Ghost. Interesting. Never heard of it. Some of the cast are familiar though. Edward Albert, Dana Barron. Isn't that Audrey from the first National Lampoon's Vacation? Directed by Stephen Furst. Via from Babylon 5. Never heard of it. Let me just write that down. I wonder if it's interesting. Might be worth a look. Cast is interesting. 2-star. But that doesn't really mean much, especially when it comes to horror movies, because most people have shit taste, let's face it. Murder, spelt with 2 A's at the end. Never heard of it. Looks like a foreign movie. Never heard of it. The Big Finish. Never heard of it. Home the Horror Story. Never heard of it. It's got Richard Baymer and Grace Zabriskie in it, both from Twin Peaks. Still never heard of it. Jesus Christ. Should I even try to pronounce this? Shaman Viento de Meurtre. Never heard of it. Clearly a foreign movie. Don't recognise anybody in it. The Mystery of the Old Parish House. Never heard of it. Shit. Another one, Marina de Ultra Lada del Tupelp, or whatever. Addicted to Murder 3, Bloodlust. I didn't know there was an Addicted to Murder 1 or 2. Jesus Christ. The Twitching Dead, never heard of it. Catacombs, never heard of it. Hardcore Poisoned Eyes, what an odd title. Never heard of it. Vampires of Sorority Row Part 2. Again, I didn't know there was a Part 1. Reincarnazi, look like a foreign one. Stop It, You're Killing Me. Never heard of it. Red Rum, well, I've heard of the horse, but that's about it. Nope. The Blood, nope. La Texana Maldita, never heard of it. Foreign one, obviously. Vampire Night, never heard of it. Don't recognize any of the cast. Thrill Kill Jack in Hale Manor. What the is this made up? What the hell is this? Dark Blood, never heard of it. Never heard of the cast by the look of it. Scratch, never heard of it. Good God, I'm so ignorant. Bloodline, The Devil's Game, no. Duke McCoy, no. Hitchghost.com, what the fuck? Foreign, London, foreign. Free Delivery, The Horror, no. What? No. Spirit Warriors, no. Dracula 2000, I think I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it. Oh, Johnny Lee Miller's in it. Christopher Plummer, good cast. Probably shit. The Calling, never heard of it. Laura Harris is in it, I know her. Still never heard of it. She was in season 2 of 24, and she was in Dead Like Me, and she was in The Faculty. The Gift, oh my god, one I've actually seen. The Gift, I saw this at the cinema. It's Kate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves, Katie Holmes. It's directed by Sam Raimi. It's the sort of like the murder mystery with the psychic thing. It was alright. I've never seen it since. I think you got to see Katie Holmes' tits. That's about all I remember about it. Or maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. Nutbag, never heard of it. Never heard of any of the cast. Wildflowers, no. Twilight Garden, no. Ghost Meets You, no. Biocops, no. What the hell? Sound from the Dark, no. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, no. Well, I mean, I've heard of Godzilla, but not this movie. Tales of the Unusual, no. It looks foreign one by the looks of the cast. Acne, no. Ed Gein, I've heard of this. Steve Railsback's in it. Carrie Snodgrass, they were both in guest roles in the X-Files, I believe. I don't think I've ever seen it. Angel Negro, what the fuck? No. The Bags, a horde of evil killer plastic bags. What? No. Versus, no. Sanctimony, oh, I've never heard of it. I recognise the cast. Casper Van Dien, he was in Starship Troopers. Michael Pare, know him. Eric Roberts. Jennifer Rubin, know her. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Bad Dreams. Never seen it though. Sanctimony, doesn't. 2.9. Yikes. The Doorway, never heard of it. Roy Scheider. College students realize the house they're cleaning is a portal to hell. Don't you hate it when that happens? No, I've never seen it. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. I have seen this. I saw it at the cinema. I actually quite liked it. I've never seen it since. I know everybody hates it, but then again, I hated the fucking first one. I thought it was complete shite. I saw it at the cinema, and I came out of it like, what the fuck was that? Is that it? Blair Witch 2 at least vaguely resembled a proper movie. Again, I thought it was okay, but again, I've not seen it since I saw it at the cinema 24 years ago. Shit, I'm old. Terror Tract, never heard of it. Sounds like it's sort of an anthology movie. John Ritter's in it. Nope. Party Crasher, My Bloody Birthday. Never heard of it. Lost Souls. I've heard of this. Winona Ryder. Philip Baker Hall. I think I might have rented this. I think I might have turned it off. This was kind of one of Winona Ryder's last big roles before she disappeared for like nearly 15 years or something. I don't recall. I think I rented it. I don't recall being terribly impressed by it. Distant Shadow. Never heard of it. Never heard of any of the cast. 909 Experiment. No. Faust. No. Jeffrey Combs is in it. Down the list. Directed by Brian Yuzna. He did a lot of 80s horror movies. Never heard. No. Never seen it. Jeffrey Combs. Subconscious Cruelty. Never heard of it. Mrs. Death 2. I didn't know there was a Mrs. Death 1. Citizen Toxic. The Toxic Avenger 4. No, I've never even seen the first one, to be honest. Monarch. Ooh. Monarch. King Henry VIII in a haunted house. Good cast. T.P. McKenna. Jean Marsh. Both guest stars from the McCoy era of Doctor Who. Monarch. Never heard of it. 2000. Presumably British, given the cast. Got 3-star. Interesting. Never heard of it. I'm going to write down some of these. Some of the ones that don't sound like complete shite, at least. Anyway, The Unknown. Never heard of it. Swedish by the look of it. Never heard of it. Chilean Gothic? No. Terror Taxi? No. It sounds Korean by the sound of it. Night of the Vampire Hunter? No. Never heard of any of the cast either. Naked Poison? No. Interesting cover there. Commonwealth? No. A Wicked Ghost 2, The Fear. Never heard of Wicked Ghost 1. Urban Legends, Final Cut. Seen this. I thought it was okay at the time. I don't think it's aged particularly well. The lovely Jennifer Morrison is in it. One of the first ones where I kind of took note of hers. Obviously, she was in House. I know she was in Once Upon a Time, but I never watched that. Loved her in House. It was okay. It was okay. We were kind of on the last gasp of the post-Scream teen slasher craze at this point. It was okay. Devil in the Flesh 2. I've never heard of it. I didn't know Devil in the Flesh. Jodie Lynn O'Keefe's in it. I know her. She was in H2O, obviously, and a couple of other things like Whatever It Takes. Nope, not familiar to me at all. Chasing Sleep. Jeff Daniels. You know, Gil Bellows. Billy from Ally McBeal. Never heard of it. Bloody hell. The Watcher. I've heard of this. It's the serial killer one with James Spader, Keanu Reeves, Marissa Tomei, Ernie Hudson. I'm interested in seeing this. I just haven't got around to it. It got really bad reviews, but I'm still interested just because of the cast. I mean, James Spader, and of course it's famously kind of probably miscast in that James Spader is the good guy and Keanu Reeves is the serial killer. A lot of people have said that probably should have been the other way around, but I can't possibly comment because I've never seen it. I'm interested in seeing it. I'll get around to it one day. Greedy Guts, never heard of it. Looks like a foreign movie. 13th Sign, never heard of it. Don't know any of the cast. The Record, no, foreign. Titus Andronicus, no, never heard of it. The 13th Chapter, no. The Cell, heard of this. Jennifer Lopez, Vince Vaughn, Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't think I've ever seen it. It's looked kind of shite to me. Ridiculous. Jennifer Lopez is rarely a good sign either. Bloody Beach, never heard of it. Partition, never heard of it. Bless the Child, I've heard of this. It's Kim Basinger and Jimmy Smits, and it's directed by Chuck Russell. I think it's based on the book by Dean Koontz, The House of Something. I've read the book. It's a really good book, but I've heard the movie's kind of shit. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Demons, never heard of it. The Teacher, never heard of it. Sleepwalker, never heard of it. Ginger Snaps, oh yay! Yes, Ginger Snaps, seen Ginger Snaps. Great movie, great werewolf movie. Very, 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 very enjoyable. Emily Perkins, Catherine Isabel, Mimi Rogers. Excellent werewolf movie, a kind of gothic fairy tale in the modern world. Yep, really great movie. If you've never seen Ginger Snaps, absolutely. That's easily the best one so far that I've seen on this list so far from 2000. Ricky 6. Never heard of it. Not seen Ricky 1 through 5. Blood. Never heard of it. Nightmare. Never heard of it. Blood, the Last Vampire. Never heard of it. Stygian. Never heard of it. Or the cast. Cthulhu. Obviously, I know the name's Cthulhu, but I've never seen this movie or heard of it. Billy, never heard of it. This is a huge raging success so far. Well, on to the next page. We've been through 100 at this point, if you can freaking believe it. Harpy, never heard of it. Looks like it's overseas, Korean or something. What Lies Beneath, Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer, directed by Robert Zemeckis. I saw that at the cinema. It was okay. I've never seen it since. I thought it was kind of middling. It was okay, but I've never been inspired to watch it again. Truth About Demons, never heard of it. Carl Urban's in it. I know who he is, but no. Sideshow, never heard of it. 7 Days to Live, never heard of it. Jax or Better, never heard of it. Spiders, never heard of it. I've heard of Lana Parrilla, wasn't she in that Once Upon a Time? But I've never seen this. Crossfire, no. Cabraston, no. Gui Tong Niwan, no. Living Hell, no. Sandy Hook Lingerie Party Massacre. No, never heard of it or any of the cast. Mirror Mirror 4, Reflections, never heard of it. Never even heard of the first three. Deep in the Woods, no. Dak Bangler, no. Resort Massacre, no. Don't Turn Around or You'll Be Sorry, no. Shadow of the Vampire, yeah, I've seen this. It's John Malkovich, Willem Dafoe, it's Carrie Elwes, it's supposedly kind of the filming of the original Nosferatu back in the 20s. Suppose the kind of the gimmick is that the actor Max Schreck, who played the vampire, is supposedly actually a real vampire in the making of the movie. This gets lots of good reviews. I rented it back in the day. I don't recall being particularly riveted, to be honest. Probiscus, no. Another Heaven, no. Medley Brandley Disquala, no. The Horrible Dr. Bones, no. Never heard of it or any other cast. Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader, no. The Saint Francisville Experiment, no. Take It, no. Evil Fade, no. Flashback, no. The Art of Dying, no. Woman of Mud, no. La Jaula, no. In Ju-on the Curse 2, obviously I've heard of Ju-on. I've never seen the original. Was Ju-on the Grudge? I've seen the American remake of The Grudge. That's about it. A Chronicle of Corpses, no. Winter Lily, no. Believe, no. Perhaps the year 2000 was not the greatest choice to start this possible series with. That's what I'm thinking now. Believe, no. Dial D for Demons, no. Final Destination, yay, one I've seen. Yes, obviously I saw Final Destination at the cinema. I've had it on DVD. I've got it on Blu-ray now. It's okay. It's fun. I gave up on the series after the second one. It's fun. It's fun. Again, kind of it's a different take on the the late 90s teen horror craze. Not an absolute favourite, but it's okay. Phantom Call, no. Reaper. Reaper? Oh, no. Chris Sarandon's in it. Catherine Mary Stewart from Night of the Comet. Never heard of it, though. Sounds a bit cliched. Raped by an... What the fuck? Raped by an Angel 5, The Final Judgment. I've never seen the first 4. What the... Gooming Mo, no. Obviously these are foreign. Black Blood, no. Abbott's Approach, no. The Spreading Ground, Dennis Hopper's in it. Leslie Hope. They were both in season 1 of 24. The Spreading Ground, never heard of it, even with Dennis Hopper in. Crazy Lips, no. Bolt Neck, no. Matthew Lawrence is in that, wasn't he? Wasn't he one of those 90s teen heartthrobs? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I don't know. Cut, no. Molly Ringwald's in it. Kylie Minogue. Oh dear. That's a sign of quality. It's like a slasher movie on the set of a low-budget horror movie. I've never heard of it. The Apostate, Richard Grieco, Dennis Hopper again. Nope, never heard of it. Pitch Black. I saw this at the cinema. Radha Mitchell's in it. Van Diesel, Keith David. This was really popular. This is another one that was really popular, and yet I'm sitting there like, okay, this is kind of shit, to be honest. I only seen it once. Maybe I'd like it more if I saw it again. It left me thoroughly cold at the time. Bruiser, never heard of it. Oh, Romero. Never seen it. Anyway, Leslie Hope again. She was Jack's wife in 24. Spiral, no. Tommy Replay, no. Lover's Lane. I've only recently heard of this. It's another kind of, it's another of these late 90s, early 2000s teen slashers. It doesn't sound that great. Wasn't there somebody in this in a small role who's... There's somebody in Lover's Lane in a small role. Is it... Oh, is it... what's her face? Anna somebody. From Anna Faris. I think that's who it is. She's in it in a small role. I've never seen it. I've heard mixed things. Scream 3. Yeah, obviously I saw Scream 3. I have it on Blu-ray. Saw it at the time at the cinema. Good fun. One of the weakest, still better than Scream 5, but yeah, it's okay. Anatomy, I saw this, Franco Potent. Sort of, it's some kind of weird medical university horror. They're using, I don't know, they're stealing bodies or killing people and stealing bodies. I saw it, I rented it at the time. I've not seen it since, so it's been a very long time. It was okay from what I recall. Odd Noggins, never heard of it. Rat, no. Psycho Beach Party. Robin Ambrose in this from 6 Feet Under. Thomas Gibson. Nicholas Brendan, Xander. I think I rented this. I don't recall being very impressed. I think I rented it. I don't think I liked it. Ring Zero, Birthday. Obviously it's a Ring movie. No, never saw it. Junk, no. Isola, Multiple Personality Girl, no. American Psycho, this is another one everybody loves. I rented it and I was like, is that it? Oh, people are going to be so pissed off. At least if they get this far into the video. What are we now, 25 minutes? And half of this is just me going, no, no. Oh boy. I don't know if I'm doing any more of this. It sounded like a good idea at the time. The Convent, no. Troublesome Night 7. What? Oh, they're foreign. I'm going to say I've never heard of the first 6. Supernova. Okay. James Spader. Robin Tunney. Angela Bassett. I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Not with that cast. Oh, God. A lot of foreign ones I can't even begin to pronounce. What the hell are these? Street 13, no. The Eyes, not even a listing, not even a listing for these now in terms of. Oh, Cherry Falls. I rented that at the time. I thought it was okay-ish. I've never seen it since. I know it's got kind of a cult following now, and Michael Baine's in it, and Brittany Murphy. I don't recall thinking it's a slasher movie. I don't recall thinking it was great. Maybe I should see it again. Mind you, this says 1999. Why are we listing 1999? This is supposed to be 2000. So what are you doing, IMDb? What are you doing? Unless it was made in 99 and it just came out this year. There's only a couple left by the look of it. Kill Me Tomorrow. I've never heard of it. Holgi, Playing Dead. No. Dark Confessions. No. Oh, it sounds like some kind of pervy movie. The Atrocity Exhibition. No. Okay, well, 2000 is not exactly the greatest year for horror, in my opinion. Most of these I've never seen. Most of these I've no intention of seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of these. What was it? I mean, The Watcher I've already kind of got my eye on. The Asylums sounds reasonably in. Colin Baker's in it. What? Okay. How have I never heard of this movie? Stage Ghost sounds kind of interesting. Oh, William Sanderson as well. I'll look up the trailers at least, I guess, I suppose. And Monarch. The best one out of all of these, the ones I've seen, is easily Ginger Snaps, I would say. By far the best. Anyway, that's it. Now, I don't know whether this was a good idea. We'll find out what people think of it and whether people want me to do any more. Perhaps 2000 wasn't the greatest choice to start this with, because I've always said on this channel the early 2000s was where movies started to kind of go downhill a bit for me, and this kind of proves why. I know these are just horror movies, but yeah, not the greatest year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you again soon.